Hey y'all, and welcome back to a la carte. This week, I'm going to be doing a plan with me in my big happy planner. I'm going to be doing the week of February 4th to February 10th. I've got quite a few things on my books for this week, so I'm really excited about this layout. And last week was very productive. I started using this layout particularly last week, and I'm really excited to repeat it to see if I can do the same thing this week. The first thing I'm going to do is take my pages that I'll be working with out of my planner itself. I find that it's easier to work with them. They're more versatile if they're not attached to the rings. And you'll also notice that I have Post-it notes on my week. Those are just a few of the plans that I already know that I need to keep track of. And when I fill in my planner, I'll go ahead and add in the final details that I did not use a Post-it note with. I'll be using this gold thin washi to portion off my boxes. This very thick floral washi, I like the pink and green that it brings in, and pink is my theme for this week to welcome in February. And then this thick but thinner pink and white polka dotted washi tape as well. This will be the primary decoration that I use for my pages. So I'm removing the Post-it notes, and if you'll notice at the top, I lay them out in the same order that I removed them from the pages. That way I don't forget which day they came from. I have a horrible memory, and yes, I could actually forget in the time it takes me to write all of this down. So I'm gonna start with my borders. I'll be using the light pink with white polka dots tape to border the boxes themselves. I am really bad at using washi tape on my planner, so I apologize for all the fumbling, but the final product comes out okay, so I'm gonna have to say it evens out. But we're going to lay out the border and then I will portion off my boxes. And that thicker floral washi that you saw, I will be using that as my meal planning line in the spread. And guys, you'll notice that I'm using an X-Acto knife. I got this just a couple of weeks ago and I am so happy that I did. I was using the little dividers. I think they're called dashboards, but just the little plastic dividers that you put in that have the tabs at the top. I've been using those to cut my washi, and oh my goodness, I tore it more often than I cut it, and this X-Acto knife has saved me so much time and frustration, and I'm so glad that I got it. Not to mention, I think that it is really pretty. So I'm curious, does anyone else get really crazy about the holes? I have to cut my washi around the hole. It drives me crazy if it is overlapping. Not just because it will prevent the page from turning properly, but I just hate the way that it looks. So let me know in the comment section. Do you cut the hole back out? Do you hole punch it back? Or do you just leave the washi and just kind of let it hang out? So guys, I'm gonna take a breath and stop talking for a minute and let you just kind of watch as I lay the washi. I hope that you enjoy the process. Okay, so another thing that I'd like to know, do you guys lay the same color across both pages at the same time? Or do you do like I did and you finish one page completely with the washi and then you switch to the next page? Add that to your comment below. Okay, so right here you'll see that I only take the gold washi to Friday. I do this because my Saturdays tend to be, and Sundays, they tend to be more sporadic. While I still have plans those 2 days, they're not quite as etched in stone as I like to keep my weekdays. So you'll notice that I'm only going out that far with my divider washi. And this is the washi that I'm using to separate things like my to-do list, my weekly priorities, major events that are happening during the week, and then the bottom 3 boxes that you see, those I actually split into the sections for my YouTube channel. I watch 2 kids during the week, so they have their own category, and then my last box is any plans that we have during the week are put down in that box, and that typically is the order that I work on things. So I've got the kids all day, they're kind of just in the middle, and then my YouTube, that to me is more in my head than the plans that we'll have. So I kind of tried to put those in the order that I would need to see them, especially because my YouTube plans are usually more in depth, whereas with the kids, we're just doing things like we have a story time that we go to, we also have a play date that we attend once a week, but those are not, those are consistent plans, they don't change. So with YouTube, I need to see that immediately and know what has changed for this week. And with the kids, I know that every Tuesday we're gonna go to story time, and every Wednesday we're gonna have a play date. So I'm adding in my stickers, and I think with February especially, I'm going to stick with a few specific choices. So the ones that I'm using that are colored all together, those are from the Color Storybook, and then you will see me pull in the Colorful Boxes book, as well as I do have some Farmhouse, and a lot of my functional stickers come from #Stickerbook by Heidi Swap, the Paper Studio Agenda 52 Payday Sticker Book, Planner Basics, the Create 365 by the Happy Planner, and the Pets Sticker Book that is Me and My Big Ideas. It's a much smaller sticker book, but I use it particularly for appointments that my puppy Steve has during the week. So those are all of my functional stickers, and then the more decorative ones, like I said, those come from the Farmhouse Colorful Boxes and the Color Story books. One thing that I really love about this layout that I started is that if you notice, I'm putting 3 bullet points in the top box, and then a little bit later I'm going to put 2 bullet points in the next box down. I did that because I was one of the people that was filling that top box all the way with a to-do list, and I never got anything accomplished because I would see that to-do list and then I'd get frustrated because it would be so much. So I have actually forced myself down to 3 overall tasks for the day that I'd like to complete, 2 priority tasks that I absolutely will not be okay unless they're complete for the day. And then after that, the next box down, you'll see that I will put things like our payday or our, any appointments that we have for Steve, our puppy right now, are going in that second box. Now, those are just overall bullet points that I need to keep track of in the next box down. After that, you'll see that I will add in my meal planning. So every Sunday I go in and I decide what we're going to do for dinner through the week, and I write those into that floral section right there. And then, like I said earlier, the next 3 boxes are my YouTube channel boxes. That's where I put all of my to-dos for YouTube. So any recording, editing, brainstorming, any of that will go in the next box down. Then I have a section for the 2 kids that I watch during the week, and that is where I track their play dates, their events during the week. And the last and final box, because usually any plans that I'll have will happen in the evening, go in that last box down the bottom. So that is for our plans throughout the week for both me and my husband. And those are things like, if we have a movie night or a date night, if we have any dinners with friends coming up, those go in that final box down at the bottom. I am really, really in love with this layout. It has simplified my planning and my productivity so much throughout the week. I've accomplished way more than I thought I would just in last week's. That was the first week that I did this particular layout, and I only switched last week because I was using a classic planner before, and let's be honest, sometimes you write so big that it does not quite fit in those little boxes. So the big Happy Planner has been just awesome. I consider the space that it has. I've been able to fit every detail of my life that I would like to keep track of into this planner, and it really has brought me a lot of peace to be able to separate everything out. And even at the end of the week, when the whole thing is full and I've written everything in and I've had to cross things out, it still just looks so neat and tidy and point by point, and that has made me super happy. Okay guys, so I'm adding in my final touches on the week. These are things like my labels for each category that I've separated my week into, and any little decorative touches that I want to add to the page just to kind of fill in a little bit of empty space that I know I won't be using during the week. I am super happy with how this layout turned out. I walked into this knowing I was going to do a pink theme and a little worried that I was going to go way overboard with the pink, but I am in love with how it turned out. I feel like I have a lot of different shades of pink, so it gives me variety. And I also got to add in a few touches of gold, which is my favorite color to put with pink. And then for a few details that I really need to pay attention to, I added those in black, so they'll really pop on the page against the gold and the pink. Like I said, I'm super happy with how this turned out. Please, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more content, I'll be back every week with new videos. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel and click the little bell for notifications so that you'll know when I'm here. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see y'all soon.